Finally. Finally. But I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. David, investigators view him as a suspect in Celeste Rivas' apparent homicide. I don't know why it took so long, but wade in the water. Do your homework.
That David is now apparently, according to private sources that are dealing with TMZ, okay, bruh. They're saying that the investigators are now viewing David as a suspect in the Celeste Rivas apparent homicide. Now, they're being very careful about their wording. I'm sure they have to. And everything in this video is my opinion. Okay, I don't want to get sued. Everything in this video is my opinion. I'm just going to give you my opinion. My opinion is that I'm delighted to hear this. That's just my opinion.
My opinion is he's a fucking weirdo, and he was talking to the girl since he was 11 years old, and he was dating a 13-year-old, and he's a weirdo, and he liked gore and blood and shit, and he probably liked cutting the body up. He probably turned him on and made his dick hard. I don't know. I just know it's weird. That's my opinion. Do your homework on Mac Mula opinion, MMO.
My opinion is I'm actually relieved that perhaps the streets might be safe. Once again, okay, perhaps there might be justice for little girls that are found dead in the trunks of celebrities' cars. And I'm not even joking. I'm not making light of it. We've all been wondering why the hell hasn't anything been done about this? Why hasn't anything been done about it? Why can you just be found with a dead body in your car? Well, now it might seem like the tide is finally turning, okay? TMZ are the ones to report it, and I've got some other reaction on other sites as always, okay? It says David is viewed as a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas, the teenager who was found decomposing in his Tesla. Law enforcement sources with direct knowledge are telling TMZ.
Thank God.
I'm out of breath.
Thank God.
I ran back to my, we've all been waiting to hear this, okay? This is actually such a relief for a lot of people, in my opinion. As far as we know, there's no paperwork classifying David as a suspect, but as one of our sources told us, investigators are looking at David as a suspect. So
bro, that girl died in September. Why did it take 2 months? Bro, if the police come in my house and they find a blunt I haven't lit yet, they will lock my dumb ass up.
Those posts that you saw on Instagram talking about David's cleared of any wrong, cleared, yeah, sure. You know, what happened to all these posts? You remember all these posts going around? This wasn't the only one. It was post after post after post after post, suspiciously. Oh, David's not named as a murder suspect. Oh, no, couldn't possibly be. No evidence, just a photo and some text. Just a photo and some text. Well, now we've got a different photo and some text, okay? And they're saying, even though there's no paperwork, the job is being done. The authorities are taking this seriously. It says we're also told they're viewing Celeste's death as a homicide. Even though the medical examiner has yet to determine the cause or manner of death, investigators are still awaiting the toxicology results. Why
we can't just lock him up for being a weirdo that liked little girls? Can we lock him up for that? Because I feel like that's a proven fact at this point. I feel like it's nothing that needs to be like talked about or looked at furthermore. Bro Grave, he's a weirdo, and he deserves to be locked up with the other weirdos.
The police investigation revealed that around the spring of 2025, David took a trip in the middle of the night to a remote area of Santa Barbara County and remained there for several hours. We've not double-sourced that information. It's also unclear why a spring trip would be on the LAPD's radar now.
He probably went with her.
Happened on this trip, right? We've seen him have that creepy video of him waving at the hotel. We've seen, you've seen me. If you followed all the videos, you've seen me tracking the route from Texas to Los Angeles and the route through New Mexico that goes through this creepy. Now they're saying that there was a remote trip in the middle of the night to Santa Barbara County and he was just out there for hours. What's that all about? They're saying we've not been able to find a photo or video of Celeste since September 2024.
That's crazy.
It says David was living in the Hollywood Hills rental home. The cops searched the property for blood evidence, and his Tesla was abandoned on a nearby street and towed to an impound lot where Celeste's body was later found in the front
We already
trunk.
know that.
They've got everything, all right? Delete everything. It's too late. All right, it's too late to delete everything, all right? But they've got the footage. They've got the throwback of her on the stream, all right? We're finally getting it taken seriously, man. This is such great news for justice. You know, they've replaying this.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot me.
Don't he look like somebody that talked to Lil? Like, I'm not surprised. I didn't know who the fuck this nigga was until this happened. I'm not surprised that he was talking to little girls. And I would be surprised if we found out he did, in fact, kill her. Okay? Because anybody who's weird enough to talk about gore turns them on. I don't know if y'all been watching all these videos I did on this weirdo. Okay? He talking about gore turns him on. Gore. Like bloody, real blood and real bodies getting cut up and shit. He said that turns him on more than porn. He talking to a young little girl, obviously. He been talking to her since she was 11 years old. He's crazy enough to have videos. He got an extra Celeste. He sell bloody t-shirts. That don't sound like somebody that I would think didn't kill the little girl. That's just me, though. I'm gonna shut up.
Mitochondria?
I gotta stop with him if you even... We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream, too?
That look weird as fuck.
No, you can't. It can't be deleted. None of this can be deleted, unfortunately, okay? You know, this basically is going to break everything down, right? But essentially, this is kind of a follow-up, right? It's Tuesday. Apparently, the LAPD told TMZ on Monday that they're not close to making an arrest. They've even reached out to David's camp, but so far they've had no word back, no response, no reply.
His camp is helping them
clearly in shambles at the moment. Okay, that is in my opinion. But this news has circulated all over the place. Okay. David is now being viewed as a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas, the teenager who was found decomposing in his Tesla.
No shit.
It's just a marked change. Now we're seeing different text with images on it, right? Now we're seeing different text. Please confirm that David's not a suspect. Nope, it was all good just a week ago. Same picture, different text. All right. People saying they got to make up their mind. Is he a suspect or not? You keep changing your minds every other week. It is very confusing. It is very frustrating. It is very unfair. Now, what I think is interesting, okay, is there's now a little bit more chatter going on Reddit. And, you know, this has gone around in the David 2 subreddit. Now, what's interesting about this, okay, so apparently, okay, this is news reporting via the Citizen app. And it says singer David under investigation in girl's death and is not cooperating. Okay.
So you remember when they first had him, they said he came in and willingly cooperated. Now he ain't cooperating all of a sudden.
It's an interesting place for this to basically be getting circulated, right? People are saying, I just saw it as a headline on YouTube. I'm wondering if the LAPD has confirmed this or not. We already knew he wasn't cooperating. There's no legal paperwork for it, but people are saying they're actually getting official updates in the Citizen app. Okay, this is really what's going on, right? All LA news stations, it's breaking through major news outlets. Everybody's been waiting for this news, okay? And what I think is interesting, right? We're seeing it on ABC7. It's official, okay? This is actually being put out there. It wouldn't surprise me if the...
That's good. So this was yesterday. David is considered a suspect in death investigation of a 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, sources say. That's good. That's good. So it's official.
Beginning to put this out there. Well, not really. They might not be far behind. They might be about to announce something big. Okay. It seems like there is a bit of a PR game that seems to get played.
And again, like I say in all these videos, y'all swear by this dumbass rule. You're not supposed to wish jail on no man. Fuck you. And the ground that you walk on, bro. This man. Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing brand. I need y'all to go support your boy, okay? And supporting your boy with some pretty cheap clothing, all right? And you're gonna be fly and fresh as hell, man. All right. Link in the description. They.us. Go shop. If he killed this 15-year-old girl, if he was talking to her and having a sexual relationship with her since she was 13, lock his monkey ass up, okay? Put his ass in solitary confinement, lock his ass in there, and throw the key away so you can't find it, folks. On bro grave.
by the cops in these sorts of situations. And I think, in my opinion, an arrest could be actually coming quite soon. I don't think this will be getting pushed to so many official news outlets like this. Bear in mind, think of all the little tidbits of information and these little clues and these things that we've seen on Reddit that haven't really hit the mainstream news. But now we're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing ABC7, TMZ, apparently the Citizen app, okay? It's official. It's ABC7 certified. It's official. David is indeed considered a suspect, all right? Stop the cap. All of this cap. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, because I feel like my theory actually might end up being correct about this. Look at this. They've even got the news footage. Like this, it doesn't get more official. Well, it does get more official than this, but this is very official.
Now to some breaking news. Singer David now considered a...
Then he gonna drop a song called Romantic Homicide on the same day as this little girl's birthday. And y'all want me to just not act like ain't shit going on.
Suspect in the death investigation of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A source with knowledge of the investigation telling Eyewitness News the 14-year-old was found dead on September 8th in the trunk of a Tesla registered to the singer. After investigators found the remains, the LAPD executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. We still don't know how or when the teenager died. Sources are telling ABC News David is not cooperating with the investigation and has never cooperated despite
they say he never
what his
cooperated.
PR reps have claimed.
So they claim that he was cooperating, but he never cooperated. See, I remember when the news first broke, they were saying that he was talking to the police and he was fully cooperating and shit. But he not. So that, to me, that make him even more guilty.
We will have more on these breaking developments throughout the afternoon on the Eyewitness News, on air and online.
So now they're saying, he's not cooperated. He's never cooperated. Apparently, that was a whole bunch of cap. That's very, very, very interesting. Now, something I want to show you that I've seen on Reddit going around that I think is really interesting, okay? Because this ABC7 article is kind of beat around the bush, but I just want to focus in on these Instagram posts, because I've seen dozens of these posts.
Yeah.
This was only, this was what, like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm seeing these posts non-stop on pages. I've seen this same post on different pages, different text, same shit, different day in the last few days, all right? Damage control's going on. Now, that brings me to this post on the David 2 subreddit, okay? And this only went up 5 minutes ago, all right? Damn. But I personally do feel like this is, in my opinion, valid, all right? Let's read this post, because I felt like this is what was going on. David has been online astroturfing and attempting to sway public perception in his favor this whole time. Arrest this man immediately. The actual truth in this case was attacked the most across internet platforms, Reddit especially. Right. Look at the downvote brigades, comment aggression, follow the digital footprints. If you mention anything regarding David's connection to certain entities and groups of people in Hollywood, or his weird interests and hobbies that inspire his music, you were attacked by his hired gun.
It's what that money that's just what that money do right here, boy. This is what that money do. I don't know what he mean by higher guns.
David should know as well as anyone, this world operates like yin and yang. For all the darkness this man and the cult that he's connected to have caused, there will be light on the other side that shines through the end. Now, all the yin and yang, light on the other side kind of things, okay? It says, yup. And he even had people infiltrate these subs. If you pay attention, you know who's in the comments. They are the deniers. Now, all of the yin and yang stuff, I'm not really like, I'm spiritual, but I don't know about all of that. But I do think that there was an astroturfing campaign going on.
What does that mean?
I do think that there was a lot of suspicious defenses, a lot of suspicious posts, and things that just didn't quite add up in this situation.
So I think they're trying to say that David is on him and his friends, weirdo friend, because he wasn't harboring this little ass girl by himself. His brother knew, his manager knew. You're not about to tell me no different. That's what I think. I think his brother knew. I think his manager knew. I think fucking everybody who was around him knew and just didn't say nothing. They talking about Celeste used to be around, but we thought she was 19. Yeah, okay. Let me pull up a picture of this little girl and you tell me if she looked like she 19. Fucking beat it.
Now, before I get into any more reaction, I did get a little bit of flack for what I did in my previous video where I was looking at the Google, like the Google searches, right? And I just wanted to say that this is interesting. Somebody else kind of followed up with this. They said Google trend results. It is highly suspicious that somebody was searching for the name of Celeste Hernandez in California and Texas on February the 5th, March 16th, and March 27th, and August the 3rd. It would be great to know where David was during these times and what digital footprint might correlate with this information. Now, it looks like this person actually had a better search than me. Celeste Hernandez. I think I did search that, but maybe I didn't have the kind of
Texas and California. Y'all know he got a house in Texas. That's where his family lived. I think that's where his family from. California, that's where he lived. So it'd be very weird, right? So if y'all don't know, this is like Google Trends, I'm pretty sure. And you can look up different terms and different words and see what got Googled and how many times it got Googled, right? And as you can see, her name gets Googled in Texas and in California on February 5th, March 16th, March 27th, and August 1st. Okay? She died. Now, I'm not going to say when she died because we don't know that. She got found in September of 2025. Okay? But they said her body was severely decomposed. That means she ain't died yesterday. She ain't died last week. She ain't died 2 days ago. That body had been unalived and decomposing for a significant amount of time, right? The last time they see her on camera is September of 2024. So anywhere between September of 24 and September of 25 is when this little girl passed away. Okay, got killed. Fuck it about. That's what I think. And coincidentally, her name was Googled.
Right, and I just want
months before. August 1st was a little bit over a month before she got found cut up in this band car, okay? And her full name was searched up. This is before we knew her name. The public didn't know shit about her. Half y'all didn't even know who the fuck David was, me included, right? That's not suspicious. I think it's weird as hell. You feel me? I don't need no more convincing. I don't know what y'all think.
It's highly suspicious that somebody was searching for the name of Celeste Hernandez in California and Texas on February the 5th, March 16th, and March 27th, and August the 3rd. It would be great to know where David was during these times and what digital footprint might correlate with this information. Now, it looks like this person actually had a better search than me. Celeste Hernandez. I think I did search that, but maybe I didn't have the kind of the parameters right. But anyway, that's crazy, not really what we're interested in. What we're interested in really is these two posts. Okay, these are the two biggest posts. We're going to get everybody's reaction to this news on Reddit, in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez subreddit, and also in the David 2 subreddit. And I think people are just going to be just going crazy, basically. They're reposting just all of the backstory from the link that we've already read on TMZ. People are saying F his friends. It seems like they're officially saying she was dismembered in the NBC article and that he may have had help. His effing friends are posting all over TikTok like nothing is wrong, especially Asia. They're saying she recently deactivated her IG. Maybe this news is why. Somebody posted a screenshot earlier. Must be a glitch. They're saying she even posted a weird story. Yeah, everyone's replaceable, but not me though. You'll feel it deep down whenever you're alone. Yikes.
Man, these people weird as hell. And every time I see that bitch look like a witch, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You're alone. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. All right, people are bringing up that old screenshot of her apparently being informed. This is another article. This is at NBC Los Angeles. Is it the one we were just looking at, or is this different?
I hope they lock
this is the one they're saying now officially that she was dismembered and that he had help. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait a minute.
That's crazy.
Wait a minute.
Dismember means cut up, body cut up.
The LAPD
has homework on definitions.
Identified singer David as a suspect in connection with the death of a missing teen. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. An LAPD source with direct knowledge of the investigation told NBC4 Investigates that singer David has been identified as a suspect in connection with the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, and that David is not cooperating with their investigation. This all started on September 8th when a decomposed body was found in the front trunk of a Tesla in a tow yard here in LA. The car was registered to David. It had been impounded after someone reported the vehicle abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. The remains were identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who had been reported missing by her family in Lake Elsinore last year. Police tell NBC4 Investigates that Rivas likely died in the spring and that David likely had help to dismember and dispose of the body.
So she likely died in the spring. And y'all seen those Celeste Hernandez Google searches happened. I think it was like February, March, April, and August, I think it was. So the spring, I think, starts officially in like March.
Track new developments in the case. We'll have new details on the NBC by her family in Lake
that's a long
Elsinore
time.
last year. Police tell NBC4 investigates that Rivas likely died in the spring and that David likely had. Police tell NBC4 investigates that Rivas likely died in the spring and that David likely had help to dismember and dispose of the body. We're continuing to track new developments.
Hell yeah, he had help. 9 times out of 10, bro, you ain't doing all that shit by yourself, gang. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Unless you some overly weirdo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be having help doing that shit, gang.
They just said that the police directly told NBC that she died in the spring.
Likely died in the spring, yep.
And that he had help to dismember and dispose of her body.
Yep. Not surprised.
It's not just David that's cooked.
There's
going to be a few people that are cooked. Could be people that are working at the label. Could be people that are in his little friendship group. Could be some of these fools on Instagram. Yep. Some of these fools in Discord. This is crazy. This is
all them
major.
niggas defending him and acting like he, man. Shit,
it's really, they're really saying, they're really saying she was dismembered. The same source. So this is an official source, an LAPD source with direct knowledge, and it seems like NBC are getting a better source and better information than TMZ. I'm not going to lie. They got the exclusive. We didn't see this on TMZ.
Yeah.
An LAPD source. That's an official source. That's not a leak. That's not, oh, my cousin works for the LAPD and I heard around the break room. That is an official source. He had help dismembering and disposing of the body. Other people are going to be sucked into this. And you know what? I'll keep it real. I think the reason that they're revealing this now officially is because they're going to watch. They're going to watch where everybody scatters to, right? Everybody's going to scatter. The friends, people that helped dismember the body,
people that knew he was
David
talking
himself,
to her.
Everybody's going to scatter, and they're all going to be under surveillance. The cops are going to be watching every single one of them, and they're going to watch everything that they all do. They're going to be listening to what they're all saying, and they're cooked, and they're going to pick them up. Now, bro, I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm seeing, honestly. It's actually crazy. It is.
I can believe it, goddammit. Lock him up! FBI, open up!
They're officially saying she was dismembered and they had help. A lot of the people supporting him and his team at Astroturfing, and kids think this is a video game.
What the fuck is
Anyone with a conscience and a developed enough brain knows that a human body doesn't end up in a Tesla without something violent and disturbing happening, especially in pieces. It's effing sad, some of the stuff that people say due to a parasocial relationship. I've seen comments on YouTube that make my skin crawl. This person said, I've noticed that people talk a big game about hating PDFs and they're thought of as some creepy old men, but once the PDF breaks that mold or is someone they like, then the victim blaming starts. Same for murderers. People will jump through hoops to justify a stranger committing a crime. People saying this is insane. So the reports of not having her other finger with the David tattoo might be true. Wow. They're saying that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like what we thought at the very beginning, dismembered and likely had help, and she died in the spring, were all true. But
the fact that every time it sounded like most of the shit that we watched and reacted to was true. You feel me?
Barbara, good point. Where is Santa Barbara? Let me look that. Okay, so Santa Barbara is just kind of like northwest of Los Angeles here, and yeah, so apparently he made a random trip up to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night and just was out there for hours. Okay, that's a little bit weird, isn't it? That's a little bit weird. They're saying if you've been keeping...
My ass. He ran a random trip all the way to Santa Barbara and stayed for some hours and then came back. I wonder if he took the same Tesla that they found her at. I don't know. But Santa Barbara is probably an hour or two. Because I know Malibu, from Malibu to like downtown LA is like an hour. So it might be like 3 hours. Ventura's right here. Lompoc. This is where like Lompoc is where they have like a well-known prison in Lompoc. A lot of people get locked up and go to Lompoc. Thousand Oaks is like a neighborhood. I'm pretty sure this is Thousand Oaks area is where like Calabasas is over here in this area. Santa Clarita is like Orange County, and then you got Santa Barbara, which is like super suburban.
There for hours.
Like super suburban, not really like city life, very small area. And as you see, like a lot of remote remote ass wilderness ass area.
Okay,
where he could have went to cut her up. I don't know.
Weird. They're saying if he'd been keeping her since the spring, that's insane. I wonder if my original thoughts about a freezer being used here may true. Now, look, I feel like I'm a little bit dyslexic, but I be getting spring and all the different seasons mixed up. Let me Google this. Okay, so spring officially is typically around
March, end of March.
Beginning around March 20th or 21st. Meteorologically is considered to be in the months of March, April, and May, with the first day being. So they're saying that she was killed like all the way back in March, April, or May.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
remember, they said severely decomposed, bro. They said when they found her body, it was severely decomposed. Not a little bit, not a lot of bit. I mean, not a little bit, not some, severely. That's messed up. That's a word.
They're saying the finger was missing. Apparently, her body wasn't whole, but that was a rumor. We don't really know because they kept changing it. I remember they said it was misinformation, and now this. Maybe they were just trying to get him comfortable enough to not leave. The way they're handling this case is very strange, to say the least.
Very strange. The fact that they ain't. I've been saying that shit from the beginning too. Like the fact that they ain't put this little boy on house arrest or something, or hold him for questioning, or. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't leave the city or the state until the case is solved or whatever. The fact that they ain't even do that, like, gang. If the police come in right now and you rolling up a blunt, they will lock your ass up. If it's your house and you rolling the blunt in them motherfucker, they will lock you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you own a crib and your cousin was staying at that crib for a month and the police find out that it's a dead body in your crib, you gonna get locked up too. They might let you go if they find out that you wasn't even in town or whatever the case is, but you gonna get locked up. You're gonna get arrested for sure. You're gonna be a person of interest because it's your house in your name and there's a dead body here. The fact that they haven't even locked this little boy up for nothing, they ain't locked his ass up for nothing, bro. They have not took him into custody at all for shit. That ain't, no.